everyone, Pratima here. So today I have the new Xiaomi Pad 8. It's the successor to the wildly popular Xiaomi Pad 7 from last year. And if you have watched my review of it, you know how much I loved this thing. The Pad 7 was such a fantastic tablet, available at such a fantastic price that it still remains my go-to pick whenever someone asks me to recommend a killer mid-range tablet. Now, to be honest, because the Pad 7 was such a good value, Xiaomi did not need to try very hard with its follow-up because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? However, there was one major upgrade that I was really looking forward to here, which Xiaomi has missed, unfortunately. And there is one weird downgrade too, which of course I will talk about in this video, so let's get started. Alright, so first we have the tablet itself. We have it in this really nice blue color option, but you can get this tablet in other finishes too, gray and green to be specific. Next we have a small paper box, and I believe we have the charger here. Yes, we have a 45-watt power brick and a USB type A to C cable, and then we also have some paperwork that nobody reads, and that is all. By the way, the Xiaomi Pad 8 is launching very soon in India, and I am guessing it will be priced at around 30,000 rupees. Anyway, I'd say the most noticeable upgrade on the Xiaomi Pad 8 is definitely in terms of the performance, because its Snapdragon 8s Gen 4 chip is roughly 30% more powerful than the 7 Plus Gen 3 on the Xiaomi Pad 7. The GPU gains I'm seeing look especially promising since the 8s Gen 4 managed almost double the score in some light benchmarks like Geekbench, and even in some graphically demanding ones like 3D Mark. Now, I have to tell you, while running GPU-heavy benchmarks, the Xiaomi Pad 8 would get noticeably hotter, which was a little concerning to me at first. But then, when I did my actual gaming tests, the tablet did not heat or throttle at all, so I am really happy about that. In fact, in Battle Royale games like PUBG or open-world RPGs like Genshin Impact, this thing stayed like 2 to 4 degrees cooler than the Xiaomi Pad 7, which is awesome. I'll test a few more games, including some emulator-based titles for my full review, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you aren't already. Next, the Xiaomi Pad 8 also runs on the new HyperOS 3. I've said this so many times before, and I really don't have a problem saying it again. Xiaomi's HyperOS is easily one of the best Android skins for tablets. It's that simple. That big screen experience that Xiaomi delivers with fluid animations and all the multitasking features is seriously underrated. And I love how the HyperOS 3 builds on all of that by adding 2 new features. So first off, I can finally use 2 apps in a top-down view when I have the tablet in portrait orientation. This one always felt like a weird limitation, to be honest. And since the HyperOS 3 is built on top of Android 16, it also gets the lovely 90:10 split screen thing to make switching between apps even easier. The next big visual change comes in form of AI dynamic wallpaper, where instead of just animating my still images for a cool look, the HyperOS 3 lets me style those animations in different styles as well, including anime, 3D cartoon, and needle felting. These options are actually quite nice. Then there are all the usual AI features and also some minor visual refreshes with the updated system and app icons. So yeah, Xiaomi has pretty much nailed it with the new HyperOS 3. But other than the performance, you can hardly find any fruit in Xiaomi Pad 8's basket of upgrades. Its design is practically the same as last year, with the same sleek look, the same all-metal body, the same everything. And you'll actually have to look at this flashlight right here of all things to notice any visual difference, because it's got a new circular LED flash, which is kind of like that aura light thing we get on Vivo's V series smartphones. The Xiaomi Pad 8 is 15 grams lighter, although I can't say this is something that I've noticed in my everyday use. I even passed it along to my colleagues asking if they could tell a difference between the Xiaomi Pad 7 and the Pad 8, and neither of them passed the test. Then again, the design is good, it's sturdy, so I don't think I need to complain. But remember, I talked about that one upgrade I was looking forward to here. Yeah, I am a little disappointed that Xiaomi's newest tablet still does not use an OLED display. I mean, is that too much to ask at this point? Now, I really don't mean to say that this IPS panel on the Xiaomi Pad 8 is no good or whatever, but man, OLED on a mid-range tablet would have made this guy unstoppable. Trust me on this one. And since there is literally nothing new with the Xiaomi Pad 8's display, I don't have anything new to say about it either. You're looking at the exact same 11.2 inches IPS screen with a super sharp 3.2K resolution and up to 144 Hz refresh rate. It also has an impressive 800 nits of maximum brightness, DC dimming to prevent any sort of discomfort, and all the HDR certifications in the world. So I guess you already know that looking at this screen is an absolute treat no matter what you're doing. But something I can't even begin to understand is that for some reason its speakers are actually worse than the ones on the Xiaomi Pad 7. Like, how and why? It does not get that loud to begin with, which naturally means the Xiaomi Pad 8 does not sound anywhere near as full or detailed as the old one. I tried messing with different equalizer presets from the settings, hoping that at least it will fix this to some degree, but no, the Xiaomi Pad 8 speakers are just not great. Xiaomi, if you're listening, please fix this issue in the Indian variant, please. Alright, so besides everything that I've talked about, the Xiaomi Pad 8 has a couple of minor changes in its bag, like a slightly larger 9200 mAh battery, that too with 22.5 watt of reverse wire charging. Of course, I am going to have to spend more time with it before I talk anything about its actual battery life stats, although I doubt this thing is going to disappoint me. And finally, the Xiaomi Pad 8 also brings back the focus frame thing that we first saw on the 2-year-old Xiaomi Pad 6. For some weird reason, they removed it on the Pad 7. It's exactly like the center stage on Apple's iPads, where the front camera will automatically track you around to keep you in frame during video calls. However, the bad news is that it simply does not work right now. Okay guys, that was all for my unboxing and first impressions of the new Xiaomi Pad 8, and it's crystal clear that Xiaomi has played it incredibly safe this time, because other than the more powerful Snapdragon 8s Gen 4 chip, there's hardly anything worth mentioning about Xiaomi's newest tablet. I guess it's because other brands are so far behind in the tablet game right now that this state of stippled innovation was just inevitable. So yes, the Xiaomi Pad 8 looks like a great mid-range tablet, maybe even an excellent one, which is something I'll dive deep into during my full review. But man, I can't help but feel like some other brands need to seriously step up to bring some competition in this segment. I'm looking at you, OnePlus, because otherwise Xiaomi will be more than happy with doing the bare minimum year after year. With this, we have come to the end of this video, and for your information, this unit was bought with our own money while we were traveling to China. This is a Chinese unit, and Xiaomi has no editorial input in this unboxing video or will have any input in our review video as well. So if you appreciate our efforts in making such detailed reviews, do consider subscribing to our channel. Saying this, I'm Pratima, and thank you so much for watching.